Namaste. I'm back to talk to you about the autoimmune response, the autoimmune diseases and conditions that affect our body and which we get to hear very often these days. Now, from the word autoimmune itself, you understand that it is something to do with the immune system, right? Immune system in our body plays a major role. It's the defense mechanism of our body. It helps us to fight against all infections. Any foreign bodies that enter and that would enter our system gets attacked by our immune system, and they are eliminated and we are protected from these infections. So be it the microorganisms, be it any toxins which is there in the air, be it anything that you ingest unknowingly, your body's defense mechanism, that is the immune system, will help you fight against that. So, and this fight is by releasing antibodies. So it releases antibodies. It will cause a inflammatory change. Now inflammation is a healthy mechanism, like it is an immune response, and that which is protective for our body. If it happens in the right way, it is good for our body and it will help us stay healthy. But in autoimmune conditions or in autoimmune response, what happens is the body, the immune system is actually confused. And what happens is it will mistake some of the body's own cells and tissues as foreign objects or foreign bodies, and it senses that it is an infection rather than our own body's involvement. It thinks that it is something foreign, and it sets out an immune response to that. So with the help of we know the immune, the organs or the system, what it involves. The immune system involves the lymphoid organs, the lymphatics, and we have the WBCs, we have the entire defense mechanism. And what happens is it will, once it recognizes our own cells and tissues as foreign, it will set out an immune response involving all of these and triggering the release of antibodies and thereby an inflammatory change. So this inflammatory change can be anywhere in the body. So, and that is what causes these autoimmune disease. So it is basically an inflammation which is not required, which is for no rhyme or reason. Your body is not infected, but then there is an inflammatory change. And this inflammatory change could be anywhere in the body. It can be in your nervous system involving the brain, it could be in your eyes, it could be in your musculoskeletal system, it could be the respiratory system, it could be the digestive system, it could be your renals, it could be the skin, it could be anywhere in the body. And it's not like it is the same mechanism. The autoimmune mechanism is the same, but it is not the same disease or the manifestation which is affecting the whole self. Each of these disease affecting each of these organs. Some of the organs will have multiple autoimmune conditions that could affect it. And these are different in its presentation and it has to be diagnosed appropriately. So unlike regularly what we do, that is, if there is an infection, if there is an inflammation in the body, we try and keep our immune system healthy and strong, right? We try and make an effort to keep it very strong. As in these COVID times that we are going through, we try and take whatever is best, whatever we think or whatever the doctor advises you to keep your immune system healthy. We take all of those things and we boost the immune system, as we call it most of the times. But that does not work in autoimmune conditions. In autoimmune conditions, your autoimmune system, the immune system is already in a state of excitement, right? It is excited and it is releasing antibodies for no reason. So you cannot further boost it, you cannot further empower it and make this release of antibody or the inflammation worsen. That's not to be done. And at the same time, we are not supposed to suppress the immune system either, because the immunosuppressants, that's what it does. It suppresses the immune system. When you suppress the immune system, even the infections which need to be attended to will go unnoticed. The immune system cannot respond to that. That's what happens with immunosuppression. And so what is the ideal way to do it? It is by correcting the immune system. So correcting your immune response. Your immune system should not or would not release these antibodies to cause the inflammation. That's what we need to bring it to. And that could be done through the alternative systems of medicine, and particularly since I am a naturopathic physician, I would talk about the naturopathic and yoga perspective, and the acupuncture also. So by doing this, what it does, it will help the immune system to stay in a state of balance without the over-excitability, and it will correct the immune responses. That is possible through these tools. And the other thing is these this autoimmune response needs a triggering factor. It's not, most of the times it is also hereditary. We have inherited it from our parents, from the previous generations, but it would not become pronounced. It would not manifest as disease unless there is a triggering factor. So this trigger, what we generally come across, what we get to see, the triggering factor, the most important one is the stress. So if a person is going through stress which is beyond the threshold, beyond the acceptable limit, then the body would respond and the immune system would respond through these autoimmune responses. Same way, if there has been deprivation of sleep, if there are irregularities in the sleeping pattern, if there is any habits like excessive alcohol or drugs or cigarettes or whatever, or if the eating is not all right, if the nutrition is not provided in the right way and at the right time, all these are triggering factors for this autoimmune response. And as you know, naturopathy and yoga is mainly about correcting the lifestyle. It is all about lifestyle modification. And so certainly all of the techniques that is said in yoga, like the pranayama, the meditation, the deep breathing, the deep relaxation techniques, the asanas, the shakriyas, all of these help in achieving this. Same way, dietary modifications will help to achieve this. And acupuncture plays a very important role. Acupuncture will help to correct the immune system, and there have been researches on this, and it is a proven science. It is the traditional Chinese medicine, right? So when all these are done together, we would be able to correct this immune system and manage a very healthy life. Which also works in the preventive perspective. It's not only curative that I'm speaking about. It's not like you recognize that there is a condition or you are affected by a disease and then you take this approach. These approaches can also help to prevent, because we are basically eliminating all the triggering factors. So having said this, what are the diseases, what are the autoimmune conditions that we generally come across? There are the list of autoimmune diseases. If you get to see, there are hundreds of conditions, but to name a few, I would like to tell you, going down from the head to the various systems. It could be the Parkinson's disease, which is an autoimmune disease condition. Then there is the multiple sclerosis, which is the MS, what we generally call as MS. Then affecting the eye, it is the there is a disease affecting the eye called the macular degeneration. sorry, I couldn't get the name right. It is the macular degeneration. And then we have the disease affecting the lung, like the interstitial lung disease. Then we have the skin, the autoimmune conditions affecting the skin. Psoriasis is one of that. Then we have the systemic lupus erythematosus. We have the musculoskeletal disease, which is the rheumatoid arthritis. We have the one affecting the spine called the ankylosing spondylitis. And then we have the one affecting the kidney called the lupus erythematosus. Likewise, there are so many. So we have the celiac disease affecting the digestive system. All of these are autoimmune conditions, and it's not like with one particular response all these would play up. As I mentioned, it's not always that all these conditions would be visible in a patient who has an autoimmune response. It could vary depending on the weak spot, I would say. And most of the times it's only one condition, and sometimes it could be a combination of few, maybe 2 or 3 of these conditions which could be seen in an individual. So this is what I wanted to share today regarding the autoimmune response, and I hope it is helpful for you. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye.